6th Standard Social Science, Term 1, Unit 2, Geography. Land and Oceans. Pathway. This lesson focuses on the land and oceans found on Earth. It deals with the classification of landforms, first, second, and third order landforms. The teacher enters the classroom with giant sized envelopes. The students are enthusiastic to know about the content of the envelopes. The teacher asks the children to sit in groups and explain the activity. Each group is given an envelope which contains 7 jigsaw and a chart paper. The teacher asks them to paste the jigsaws, continents, close to each other, leaving no gap between them. The teacher asks them to color the remaining places in blue. A group pastes the continent and comes first with the chart without any gaps in between the continents. The teacher then puts the chart on the board and the children applaud. What kind of picture is this? Once I have seen one like this in the Atlas, says Yarini. You are right. This is Pangaea, the supercontinent, and the sea around is Panthalassa. It was 200 million years ago when these land masses moved away from each other to gain the present position as continent and oceans, says the teacher. What makes it to move, madam? Asks Nila. Nothing other than the internal heat of the earth, says the teacher, and continues this lesson deals about the continent and oceans in detail. The earth is covered by water which occupies 71% and land that occupies 29% of the earth's surface. The surface of the earth is not even because it has lofty mountains, deep oceans, and other landforms. These landforms can be classified as first order continents, oceans, second order mountains, plateaus, plains, third order valleys, beaches, sand dunes. First order landforms. Continents and oceans are grouped as first order landforms. The vast and masses on earth are called continents, and huge water bodies are called oceans. There are 7 continents. They are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Asia is the largest continent, whereas Australia is the smallest one. Apart from the continents, there are 5 oceans located on the Earth's surface. They are the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and Arctic Oceans. Among these oceans, the Pacific Ocean is the largest and the Arctic Ocean is the smallest. Second order landforms. The second order landforms are categorized as mountains, plateaus, and plains. Mountains. A landform that rises 600 meters above its surroundings and has steep slopes is called a mountain. Mountains are found in isolation or in groups. If the mountains extend for a large area continuously, it is called a mountain range. These ranges stretch for hundreds or thousands of kilometers. The Himalayas of Asia, the Rocky Mountains of North America, and the Andes of South America are such examples. The Andes Mountain in South America is the longest mountain range, 7,000 kilometers in the world. The highest point of a mountain is known as its peak. Mount Everest is the highest peak, 8,848 meters in the world. Which country is Mount Everest located in? Mountains are the sources of rivers. They provide shelter to flora and fauna. Here, tourism is an important activity. During summer, people go to mountain regions to enjoy the pleasing cool weather. Udagamandalam, Kodaikanal, Kolli Hills, Yerkad, and Yeligiri are some of the hill stations found in Tamil Nadu. Plateaus. Plateaus are the elevated portions of the earth that have flat surfaces bounded by steep slopes. The elevation of plateaus may be a few hundred or several thousand meters. Tibetan Plateau is the highest plateau in the world, so it is called as the roof of the world. The flat-topped part of the plateau is called tableland. The plateaus are generally rich in minerals. The Chota Nagpur Plateau is one of the mineral-rich plateaux in India. Therefore, mining is one of the major activities of the people living here. The Deccan Plateau in Peninsular India is of volcanic origin. Plains. Plains are flat and relatively low-lying lands. Plains are usually less than 200 meter above sea level. Sometimes they may be rolling or undulating. Most plains are formed by rivers and their tributaries and distributaries. These plains are used extensively for agriculture due to the availability of water and fertile soil. They are most suitable for human inhabitation. Hence, they are the highly populated regions of the world. The oldest civilization, like the Mesopotamian and the Indus civilization, developed in river plains. The Indo-Gangetic Plain in North India is one of the largest plains in the world. The plains formed by river Kaveri and Vaigai are important plains found in Tamil Nadu. Coastal plains are the low-lying lands adjacent to oceans and seas. Third order landforms. Third order landforms are formed on mountains, plateaus, and plains mainly by erosional and depositional activities of rivers, glaciers, winds, and waves. Valleys, beaches, and sand dunes are some example of third order landforms. Oceans. The earth looks blue when we see it from space. This is because two-thirds of it is covered by water. The water is found in oceans and seas. Oceans are vast expanses of water. Seas are water bodies partially or fully enclosed by land. As you have studied previously, there are five main oceans in the world. The Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean on the earth. It covers about one-third of the Earth's total area and spreads for about 168.72 million square kilometer. It is bounded by Asia and Australia in its west and North America and South America in its east. It stretches from the Arctic Ocean in the north to the Southern Ocean in the south. This ocean's shape is roughly triangular with its apex in the north at the Bering Strait, which connects the Pacific Ocean with the Arctic Ocean. The Bering Sea, the China Sea, the Sea of Japan, Tasman Sea, and the Philippine Sea are some of the marginal seas of the Pacific Ocean. Indonesia, Philippines, Japan, Hawaii, New Zealand are some of the islands located in this ocean. The deepest point, Mariana Trench, is 10,994 meter and is located in the Pacific Ocean. A chain of volcanoes is located around the Pacific Ocean called the Pacific Ring of Fire. The Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean on Earth. It covers one-sixth of the Earth's total area and spreads for about 85.13 million square kilometer. It is bounded by North America and South America in the west and Europe and Africa in the east. Like the Pacific, it stretches from the Arctic Ocean in the north to the Southern Ocean in the south. The shape of the Atlantic Ocean resembles the letter S. The Strait of Gibraltar connects the Atlantic Ocean with the Mediterranean Sea. The Atlantic Ocean is the busiest shipping route between the eastern and western hemisphere. The deepest point is the Mulvaki Deep in the Puerto Rico Trench. It has a depth of about 8,600 meter. The Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, the North Sea, the Gulf of Guinea, and the Mediterranean Sea are important marginal seas of the Atlantic Ocean. St. Helena, Newfoundland, Iceland, and Falkland are some of the islands found in this ocean. The Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the third largest ocean on the Earth's surface. It covers an area of about 70.56 million square kilometer. It is named after India. It is a triangular in shape and bounded by Africa in the west, Asia in the north, and Australia in the east. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, and the Reunion Islands are some of the islands located in the Indian Ocean. Malacca Strait connects the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. The Bay of Bengal, the Arabian Sea, the Persian Gulf, and the Red Sea are some of the important marginal seas of the Indian Ocean. The Java Trench, 7,725 meter, is the deepest point in the Indian Ocean. The Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean surrounds the continent of Antarctica and is enclosed by the 60 degrees south latitude. It covers an area of 21.96 million square kilometer. It is bordered by the southern parts of the Pacific, the Atlantic, and the Indian Oceans. The Ross Sea, the Weddell Sea, and the Davis Sea are the marginal sea of this ocean. Farewell Island, Bowman Island, and the Hearst Island are some of the islands located in this ocean. The water in this ocean is very cold. Much of it is covered by sea ice. The deepest point in this ocean is South Sandwich Trench with a depth of 7,235 meter. The Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean. It covers an area of 15.56 million square kilometer. It lies within the Arctic Circle. It remains frozen for most of the year. The Norwegian Sea, the Greenland Sea, the East Siberian Sea, and the Barents Sea are some of the marginal seas of this ocean. Greenland, New Siberian Island, and the Novaya Zemlya Island are some of the islands located in the Arctic Ocean. The North Pole is situated in the middle of the Arctic Ocean. The Eurasian Basin is the deepest point in the Arctic Ocean, which is about 5,449 meter in depth. GeoConnect. Land classification. Sangam period. Kurinji. Mountain and its environs. Mullai. Forest and its surroundings. Maridam. Agricultural land and its adjoining areas. Neidal. Sea and its environs. Palai. Desert region. Which of the above landform category do you belong to? Do you know? Isthmus, a narrow strip of land which connects two large land masses or separates two large water bodies. HOTS, December 11, International Mountain Day. Prepare slogans, posters, and placards to celebrate International Mountain Day. Do you know? Dharmapuri Plateau, Coimbatore Plateau, and Madurai Plateau are found in Tamil Nadu. HOTS. You know the importance of conservation of forests? Do you think conservation of mountains is also equally important? Do you know? The plains have been the cradle of civilization from the earliest times. For example, the Indus in India, the Nile Valley in Egypt are some of the early civilization which developed and flourished. Erosion is the process of removal of surface material from the earth's crust. The eroded materials are transported and deposited on the low-lying areas. This process is called deposition. HOTS. When you are walking on Marina Beach in Chennai, which order of landforms are you on? Do you know? If Mount Everest, which is the highest peak, 8,848 meters, was placed into the Mariana Trench, still there would be 2,146 meters of water left. The depth in meters from the mean sea level is denoted as m. Do you know? The Spanish navigator Ferdinand Magellan named the ocean Pacific, meaning calm or tranquil. Hots. Why are the Red Sea, Dead Sea, and Black Sea named so? Palk Strait connects the Bay of Bengal and Pak Bay. Do you know? 6-degree channel separates Indra Point and Indonesia. 8-degree channel separates Maldives and Minicoy Islands. 9-degree channel separates Lakshadweep Islands and Minicoy Islands. 10-degree channel separates Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Hots. When you travel from Japan to California, which ocean would you travel across? Hots. When you arrange the continent in ascending order according to their size, which ranks third? Glossary. Island. A land surrounded by water on all sides. Bay. A broad inlet of the sea where the land curves inwards. Strait. A narrow stretch of water linking two large water bodies. Trench. The deepest part of the ocean. Peninsula. The land surrounded by water on three sides.